Hello and welcome back to the Vega Baja Real Estate Talk here at the Televisión Vega Baja. Today we have some very interesting topics again, and we start off with my expert on the panel, the Real Estate Talk, and we talk about the Norwegian market. Norway has been a tremendous buying force in the last years, and today I want to talk about this with my two experts. I welcome on the plateau Hilde Janet Weflen. She is the founding director of Costa Weflen Group, and she is in the market since 1998. And it's also Kine Tronstedt. She is the sales director of Costa Blanca Bolig in Ciudad Quesada, and she is in the business for since 2010. Hello, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Fine.
Norway, a small country but a big buying nation, isn't it, Hilde? So what has been happening in the last years?
Well, Norwegians, they love the sun. So where do they get it? In Costa Blanca. And that's the main reason that we have loads of things to do in the business.
So it's been, the Scandinavian people have been in the Costa Blanca and in the Vega Baja area for forever, as it seems. Many of them were here 30, 40 years ago already. But in this last, 10 years or 7, 8 years, it's been very strong again. So the Norwegian have come back. What is it mainly down to? What do you think?
Well, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that Norwegians love to travel. They love to expand and go see other places in the world. And Spain is close to Norway. It's not far away. It's a short flight, and it's easy to travel down here with a lot of direct flights. So I think, and as well, of course, the affordable prices makes it a very popular area to go to, not only to travel, but also to live permanently.
So you talk about prices, which is obviously an important topic. Compared to a property in Norway, obviously, Hilde, prices down here are very affordable for Norwegian people, isn't it?
Really, and the prices, they're really, really affordable. You can get a house with your own pool and sea view for nothing if you compare it to Norwegian prices. You get a tiny flat in Oslo for the villa, you know, so,
yeah. So is it that many people really sell property back home in Norway and to come down here with the money they get out of the sale in Norway?
As well, yes. Somebody sells everything that they have and they move down, because with the internet today you can work from here. So the group of people coming down, what we can see lately is that they get younger and younger. And yeah.
So that's another point you're coming up with. I mean, Kine, you are a young agent,
Yes.
which I think is reflecting a little bit also the Norwegian demographic structure at the moment. It's not only elder people, retired people buying, but younger people as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we've seen the last few years, we've seen a huge change in the age groups that buys. You know, we saw just a little while ago they removed the inheritance tax in Norway, and by that we saw that a lot of younger people invested in a property here in Spain, used their money and invested here. Younger family with smaller kids, you know. And also I feel like the younger group, my age group, we love to travel and explore, and it has a lot to do with that as well.
Okay, because so far everybody thought, the main reason Norwegian people buy is because of, they have a different currency, a very strong currency against the euro, and that's mainly because of the oil. And a lot of people work in the oil industry in Norway. But what you say is there's a different generation coming up, which is nice to see. But do they come down here to live? Do they come down here to invest? Or what's their main motivation?
Both, I see. We, of course, with the Norwegian school you have in Quesada, a lot of people come here to live permanently. But we also see a lot of investors coming down, buying properties to renovate them, to sell them again, or to rent them out. So we see both aspects.
All right.
Oui.
And you agree with that, I guess, Hilde? So what exactly is the investor then looking for? Is it location? Is it where the area? What do you think, Hilde?
Location is very, very important, and sea view is very often the top number one that they want. But when they get there, it's they make up another mind and a different opinion about the area, because we are guides and we just show around what exists, and sometimes the sea view is not that important.
So obviously by now the sea is pretty limited, so the first front line is pretty limited, but that doesn't mean there is no other places here in the Vega Baja where you can buy a good investment, isn't it? So property-wise, what is the Norwegian investor looking for? What type of property is he looking for then?
Well, we see that a lot of people, they want outdoor space and they want to be close to shops and restaurants, but they also want to be able to either walk to the beach or within a short drive from the beach, as that it's like the main factors when buying for themselves or investing. They come down here to enjoy the sun and the warm weather, and they want to go to the beach and enjoy that. So I understand that that's an important factor, but it is like Hilde says, a lot of people come down and they want to have first line, they want to be on the beach, but when they actually come down and experience, they see that, you know what, it's not so bad being maybe fourth line or fifth line or even 10 minutes driving from the beach. But that's important.
Okay. But because there is many new buyers, so newcomers to the coast that have never been here before, but there's also like second generation of people who have already lived here. Now there is the children coming to buy. Is that right? Yeah,
that's right. They do. And I think they come back to Casablanca because of the first generation who was here. They know the place. They know lots of the buyers. They know what they want. And that is a good thing. Then back to the first line thing again. And investors, it's not bad to invest further into the country because the prices are so low now, and you can get much more for the money if you go back. And the new builds today, they're beautiful. They are high quality, luxury, and
So you mentioned new builds. We know that just about when the Norwegians started to buy again, that's about the same time when down here the builders started to build new again. So just a few years into the crisis here, which started in 2007, about 2012. That's around when the Norwegian people start buying again, and that's when the new development started, isn't it? So is there a coincidence, probably, Hilde?
No coincidence. I think 2012 you have a city in Norway named Stavanger. And I was speaking actually Stavanger in 2012 because of the new build, the modern that came to this area. My phone was calling every day from Stavanger and wanted the properties that were modern. So we said, yeah, finally we have something to sell to the oil people.
Okay. Because it is completely different, isn't it? The resale market and the new development market. And price-wise and style-wise, because was it that the Norwegian came along and said what you say, Hilde? They like the area, they like the climate, obviously, they like all the infrastructure down here. They've been here before on holidays, but the type of property was probably not just the right property they were interested in, so they were looking for something different. Yeah,
well, we see that. The more typical traditional Spanish type of properties, it's very different building-wise, the structure of the property compared to Norwegian properties and how they're built in Norway. The isolation wasn't as good, it's very different. So the new builds are, of course, much higher quality, and I think that's very important to Norwegians when they buy. They want high-quality houses, and of course the design. The finishes, the modern design, minimalistic, it's very similar to the style in Norway. So I think a lot of Norwegians, when they come down here to buy, that's what they get drawn towards.
Okay. But it is, you can't find the new builds everywhere, obviously. Some people also prefer to have a very typical Mediterranean stylish property. Say, here we are in Spain, we are on the Mediterranean coast, we want something Mediterranean. Don't they? So they're prepared to say, okay, we probably renovate the whole house.
And that's where you get the clients who knows what they want. They maybe want to be in that particular area and there is no new builds there. Then they have to go into the second-hand market. And then that's where it's very important that the sellers also make an effort to make the property nice, because if the windows are clean and the furnitures are looking good, they can be switched out. But if a Norwegian is buying a property in Spain, they want things to be nice and maybe not use so much time in renovating, although we help them, because they've done that their whole life in Norway. Buying, renovating,
Okay.
and when they come to Spain they want to relax, you know.
So the Norwegian is really somebody that's used back home to just buy a property, renovate it, sell it on with a profit, buy a bigger one. So they are very much into real estate as well back home.
Yeah, definitely. And also we see that not only, but as Hilda mentioned, we're used to maybe a bit higher standard on the properties, you know. They look nice. When we come on viewings in Norway, they look fantastic. They're styled, they're clean, they look really nice. So that's really important down here. If people want to sell their properties and they want maybe to get some Norwegian buyers, it's very important that their house looks nice, because that's what they're used to, you know. Norwegians, when they come down here to buy, of course they will compare to what they know, and that's how the Norwegian properties are when they sell them.
So that's very often what people forget. If they a seller down here, they say, well, I want to sell my property, but you need to know whom you are selling it to. So you need to focus or prepare the property on your target group. And if you want to sell it to the strong Norwegian market, you want to probably decorate it or at least to have it nice and clean and as nice looking as possible, because otherwise they wouldn't even consider it.
No.
So, okay. Hilde, you're based in Torrevieja, but you're spread out pretty much all over the coast. What's the hot points at the moment? What's the hot spots at the moment? What would you say?
The hot spots are, of course, Orihuela Costa, but also Alicante. And Alicante as a city, it can offer beaches and a big city and everything, and very close to the airport. And for many people, not only young people, because older people are also young today, and they need more than only just one restaurant and the promenade. They need something extra, and they're busy today, so they need this short distance from the airport. So yeah, I see a higher demand in Alicante area in the city, and also further north. And for people today, I think if they don't know Costa Blanca from before, then we have to show them what is Costa Blanca North, Alicante, and Costa Blanca South. And they will choose what they need out of what we tell and what they tell us.
So they're really looking for somebody to guide them. So they come down here. If they've been here before, okay, but if somebody has never been here before, they're looking for not only a real estate agent, but as we say, a real estate expert who is not only an expert on houses, so how long normally does a buyer take when he comes down, or how do you work them? How do you, from start to finish? How long does it take normally for a Norwegian buyer to make a decision?
It's very different, you know, on their situation. But if they come down and they are ready, they're not only looking, but they're ready to buy. Normally we take them around a few days. The first day more taking them around in the areas if they don't know them, because, you know, it's not only finding their dream property, it's finding the area that suits them. And then narrowing it down to finding a property in that area that they like. And normally if they come down in a week's time, then it's enough.
Yeah.
A few days with them, give and take, depending on how many properties they want to see. But then again, you also have those clients that they come down, they don't really know what they want or what they like, and the process is a bit longer in those cases, you know, because if they know what they want, it's an easier job, you know, and it's easier for them as well because they can see straight away if they like it or not.
Yeah.
So it depends, but if they come down and they're ready to buy, then a week's time, more or less.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3 days.
Or 2 or 3 days. Yeah. When they come down here, see they have somebody comfortable with, and so an agent or an expert. They feel that the expert can help them, so they make up their mind pretty quickly because they've made up their mind already, haven't they? So how long normally is somebody searching for properties back home? Hilde, what would you say? How long are they on?
I think the process might start 2 years back. With the mind, they're like, here, I have a neighbor or a relative that has a property and tells it's not difficult to buy a property. Then they work on it a little bit and they're into the web pages, looking, thinking. And then they press the button, want to know more about that property, and the agent call and tell about how it's working here, how we work, and it's very important, the relationship from the first, when they get in touch with us, if that client feels that they feel comfortable with us, they book a viewing trip, like 2, 3, 4 days or a week, depends on what they want. If they're going to see the whole coastline, we need a week. But if they're going to just see one area, it's enough, it's 2, 3 days. And a lot of our work is to tell them as much as possible up front, so they don't need more than 2 or 3 days. So we work really, really close together before they get down.
Okay.
And then we show a few properties and areas, and we guide them around and tell why this and why that.
Yeah. So there's plenty to choose from, resale and new developments. So there's plenty to choose from, and there's hardly anybody, I guess, going back without having decided on a property, is there?
No. Normally people, if they come down to buy a property, they're prepared, and as Hilde also mentioned, they search on the internet. They look at web pages, they look at advertising pages, and they know more. Most of them know more or less what they want even before they come down. And if they, as Hilde also mentioned, they talk to the estate agent, we guide them into the area that they like, and then when they come down and if they're ready to buy, they're normally going to buy before they go back.
Okay.
Or at least make up their mind.
Yeah. And how important is services to them? I mean, during the buying process, but also afterwards. Do you offer after-sale services, Hilde? What sort of after-sale services?
I think the after-sale service is number one for a buyer, because it's easy to buy a property. That's not the hard part. The hard part starts when you sign the contract. Then you need really, really good advisors. You need help for everything. Some people are very, very independent and wants to do everything themselves, but they will often come back and they say, I need some help, please. And then we have a team around that can help with all kinds of stuff. If they have to renovate, or they want to have some cleaning done every time they come down, or they're going to rent it out, whatever. I don't think there is anything that we can't help with.
Yeah, you obviously.
We are the client's personal assistants from day one.
Yeah.
I care about my clients.
That's good.
I do.
That's
At the end, you love them, you know, as they were your family.
Yeah. There's very few that have not turned into friends after that, isn't there? So you really you start a business relationship, but it converts into a private personal relationship,
yes,
isn't it?
Definitely. Yeah, we see, and it's also very nice seeing the clients coming back to the office. You know, I think they feel very attached to their real estate agent after they buy a property here, because in most cases it's the first person that they meet, and they get a connection with when they come down here. So it's kind of their safe place, and it's so nice to see when they come back to the office, even years after they buy their properties, just to say hi and that. Yeah.
So, and we offer the keys.
Yeah.
To keep the keys. And I had a client once and I was like, why do you need my keys? And I said, but you know, something can happen, you know, whatever. If it's going to rain a lot and your house is full of rain, what to do? Who is going to open your door? I didn't think about that. And I said, okay, that's why, not because I'm going to use your house, because I want to help you if you need me. Yeah.
And he realized afterwards that you were right, I guess.
Yeah. He's still calling me once in a while.
That's nice. You mentioned before people are on the internet searching about 2 years before. How important, Kina, are the social medias nowadays? Are the Norwegians, generally speaking, very, very much into social media, or is this more a...
Funny that you ask me. I'm the millennial. In my age, social media is, you know, it takes up so much of the day. And not only on my age, I see that a lot of people and so many different generations as well use social media every day, all day, and do so many different things, you know. And I think it's a very important tool for us to use. It's what we, at our company, at Costa Blanca, we always say it's free marketing, you know. We put our properties up on our Facebook page where we have a lot of followers, and people actually pick up on it, you know, and book viewings out of things that we post on social media. So it's amazing to see that change and how you can actually use that as marketing now. Because look back a few years and it wasn't like that at all. So definitely we see that social media is very important, and it works as well to promote us and to promote the properties.
I think that's it, because at the end real estate is a personal business, isn't it, Hilde? So people come back looking probably for the company, but they're probably looking more for Hilde or for Kina.
Yes.
So they're looking more for the person that treated them nicely, and they will recommend you. So it's important, social media as a company, but social media as a person as well. Don't you think so? Good.
Yeah, and we use the social media as well to recommend places to do when you bought the property. What to do then? What are you gonna walk in the mountains? Are you gonna go bicycling somewhere? Are you going on a wine tasting place, or which restaurants do you go to? So Facebook, Instagram, you can use it for to recommend the people as well what to do. Yeah.
Because that's, as you said, there's one stage, buying process, you sign your title deeds, you're owner of a property, you have your house, but then what? The rest of your life starts from there. So, and coming back to our beautiful Vega Baja, there is a good reason why there are so many people coming here. There's the climate, but what else would you say? Why are people so attracted to the Vega Baja?
Well, Norwegians especially, I think they're attracted to this area because it's affordable, and not only properties, because I know that's what we're talking about, but also the lifestyle. You know, they can go out and eat out and have maybe a few drinks, and it's very affordable compared to Norway. And it's when people live here and on vacation, that's why it's such a hot place for us Norwegians. And it's a short trip away, you know, you can get here in 4 hours depending on where you are in Norway, but more or less. So that as well, it's a short fly away. So.
Yeah. And infrastructure is good, you say, Hilde, so you can easily, with a motorway, with an N332, you have 2 airports basically you can fly into, mainly obviously Alicante, but that's pretty one of the main factors people like to come.
Yeah, you know, Alicante airport, if you are like a few 30 minutes up north or inside or down, you can always go back to Alicante, and you have the train going to Madrid, to Barcelona. I think Alicante is the heart of Spain and maybe Europe. You can travel from everywhere. So even though if you are very busy in working, your base can be in Alicante, or you can just have a couple of days off in this Costa Blanca area. You have your own flat, you travel with your hand luggage always, and you get some sun, couple of days in January. That's nice. Yeah. You know, and that the clients get more energy. Yeah. And I think also that's why people buy properties now. Yeah. Not only because Costa Blanca is beautiful, but it's the light and no rain almost. We have 20-40 days a year with rain.
Yeah, that's not a lot, is there?
And the beaches. I have to talk about the beaches.
Okay.
Because we have the most beautiful beaches in the whole Spain, in Costa Blanca South. I've been up, I've been down, but you can't find that sand. I haven't seen it
That's
anywhere.
good. Yeah, and that's why they get the blue flags every year, and
Yeah.
there's plenty of beaches along the coast. I think you remember there's about 43 kilometers of sandy beaches along the Costa Blanca, or at least along the Vega Baja, so which is a lot. And people come down, Norwegian people come down in summer with a family, but also they come down in winter as the couple, I guess, and they spend walking along the beaches.
Yeah.
And also the mountains. You have mountains. You can take your car 20 minutes and you can climb. Norwegians love climbing and bicycling. And you can bicycle without traffic for miles in beautiful nature.
Beautiful. So, also it seems there's hardly any Norwegian back in Norway, but they're all down here, as it seems. But there are still a few back, I think. Do you think, what are your future predictions from now on with the Norwegian market? Will it continue as strong as it is? Do you see the economy is probably slowing down in Norway, or the currency is probably going down? What do you think, Ina?
Well, of the first thing, that I think it will always be a lot of Norwegians here. I think it will be a strong market here in Spain because of all of the reasons that we talked about. But we have seen, of course, lately, as you said, the Norwegian kroner has been a little bit weak the last couple of years, almost €2 difference, so it's quite a lot when you buy a big property. We're talking about a lot of money. So that, of course, maybe it held back. Some people held a little bit back, waiting for it to get better, but we see now that it's gotten a little bit better, so hopefully it will continue that way. But I think, nevertheless, Norwegians are still going to be a strong group of buyers in this area.
Still need the sun.
Yeah. You don't get it in Norway.
Yeah. There's whatever the currency, whatever the industry.
Yeah, they
does,
need the sun. They do.
Until they will come back.
Survive the winter.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for being here today. That was the expert talk here at the Vega Baja Real Estate Talk Show. Stay with me. Next is the president of the Norwegian Club here in Torrevieja, and let's see what he has to tell us about their activities for their members and with their members. Here we are back on the Vega Baja Real Estate Talk, and we're going into the lifestyle part now. And with me on the plateau is the president of the Norwegian Club, the Norwegian Club here in Torrevieja. With me is Ulf Spantel. Hello, Ulf.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
Ulf, you're the president for not too long. How long are you the president now of the club?
I was elected 1 year ago, so I have only 1 year left of the season that I can.
Okay. And what exactly are you doing with the Norwegian Club? It's one of the oldest, or if not the oldest club in Torrevieja, and probably in the Vega Baja. Is that right?
Yes, I think so. As I had heard, it's about, we are 30 years old, and I never heard anybody else who is elder than that, so I suppose that's correct.
30 years, that's a long way back.
Yes.
Do you remember, do you know how it started?
Yes, I was told that we started with 2 people down here who wanted to get in touch with more people, and that's what happened, and then there come more and more people into it, and then they started a club because there was nothing in that time, and they like to be more known with more people down here because there was alone, no social or whatever you say, but now, then that's coming up.
And now you have, how many members roughly do you have in the club?
Roughly 250, 300 members.
Wow.
Yes.
And what exactly are you doing? What's your day-to-day activities?
So my day's activity is to organize the club, to look after that everything is proper, and that them, what do you call it, There's crew doing their job,
Okay.
and I have a marvelous crew with me, so that's for sure is good. And I go to meeting like this, and I arrange parties and whatever you think.
So you have your social house near the National Police, so in the Habaneras area, and I think Calle Almudena, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And what exactly are you doing there?
As a club, we invite all the Norwegian people to come in to have a social together, drinking coffee, eat some food. We have in the club, we have pub evenings in the club, and they can come in and read a Norwegian newspaper. So it's a kind of a social club for the Norwegian.
And it's open all day?
It's open from 11 to 3, every day from Monday to Friday.
Okay, so weekends are closed. But you do a lot of outside activities as well, don't you?
Yes, we had every year. Example is this year, we had about 8 bus trips to between 3 to 5 days around in Spain. We pick up cities we think is interest for the members and go. We had about 6 one-day trips with the bus, not so far, but to bodega, to a flower garden or something like that. And next week they were going to Murcia and IKEA, if you know what it is.
All right, yes.
Yeah, I think it's most women who goes there.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But it's so there's plenty of activities. So people come and just have a coffee, or others come and join and to go out for a daily trip.
We had on the daytime, and we have bingo, we have chess, we have bridge, you know, and we have choir, sing choir. Is that, excuse my English?
Chorus.
Chorus, yes. We have, and if somebody come and ask for somebody, we try to make it.
Mm-hmm. So, and you're also in contact with other association, other groups, so to integrate into the Spanish society?
If you mean Norwegian or others?
Well, any.
Yeah, I had a good connection with a Norwegian club in Alfastel P.
Okay.
Yes, Gran Alicante.
Okay.
Yes, we talk, and we invite each other when it's necessary. We try to have some meetings together to talk about what can we do together for the Norwegian people in Spain, in Costa Blanca.
Yeah, because it's a big society, the Norwegian people down here, isn't it? There's many.
That I have read, I don't know more than what I read, and they say that's about registered 4,000 Norwegian people in Torrevieja.
Just in Torrevieja.
Just in Torrevieja, and I think it's a 10,000 around and so on. But anyway, the Swedish is more, yes, and the German and the English.
Yeah,
so we are the little boy.
Yeah, but a smaller nation as well, isn't it? But
yeah.
still, I think for Torrevieja, 4,000 Norwegian people, and probably for the whole of the Vega Baja area, probably some 10,000 Norwegian people.
So.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
And you will soon, within a few months, you have a very important day coming up. Tell us a little bit more about the Norwegian...
You're thinking about the Norwegian birthday, that I call it. The 17th of May, we have the National Day. That's the Norwegian birthday for everybody who is from Norway. Whatever you live in the world, everybody in this day, they have a parade with a band first, and then a lot of Norwegian people with Norwegian flag and so on. And here in Torrevieja, last year it was about around 3,000 Norwegian coming to this 17th of May. We have this year a parade, and I think it will come 1,000, 1,500, whatever. And there's a lot of school children who are coming, because this is we call it a day for the children. And everybody has flag. And the other thing, we had a Spanish band who going and leading on. So that's exciting for us. And we end up, when we are finished with the day, when we finished with the parade, in the evening we had We arranged in Hotel Masa for the Norwegian, typical Norwegian 17th of May.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's the full day celebrating,
Yes.
and with a parade
Yes.
in the morning, and then it's food around midday in the restaurants, and then you go into Hotel Masa for the end.
Yes, that's right. That's typical what we do in Norway. You know,
Okay.
that put in, take it with them.
Yeah.
Down here.
Great. You mentioned there's the Norwegian school in Quesada. There is also the Norwegian church in La Siesta here in Torrevieja. Are you in contact with them? Is there a good exchange?
Yes, I am, because now we have a committee for the 17th of May, and that's Norwegian church with the priest, and we have the principal in the Norwegian school in Royals, and the Norwegian Club. They have been together very many years to arrange the 17th of May.
Okay.
So that's marvelous.
Okay. So you have another year to go in your, as president. What ideas do you have? What would you like to do now within the next year? Do you have something in mind what you would like to do?
Yes, I think because I see that the people who live down here, they have changed a little bit. 30 years ago, they lived here all the year, maybe, and they're going home in the summertime and in the Christmas. Today, they pendle. Is that right?
Yeah,
they pendle. So they're going back to Norway 3, 4, 5 times in the year. Yeah. That means that we have opened the club just for 7 months in a year. Okay. What we need is, what I wanted is that we could get touch in more younger people. When I said younger, I mean 60 plus. You see, because they are, who is younger, they work. So, but 60 plus. Today it's from 70 and up. You know. Okay. So if you can get that, and I should, what do we call it? A promotion. We had to be better on the promotion. We are not good enough today. We have to tell people out there that we exist. And we had our, what do you call, Facebook side. We have our own home side, and we try to fill it up all the time.
With all information.
All information, yes.
Yeah. So you basically look out for the website and the Facebook page of the Norwegian Club, and you come up with plenty of information. And if you are Norwegian and you are around the 60 years old or even younger, and you're looking out for the like-minded people, and you have what you mentioned, you have real Norwegian coffee.
Yes, we are real Norwegian coffee, we are real Norwegian waffles, and we have real Norwegian burgers.
Oh, wow.
That's different, not the McDonald's burger. That's different, you know?
Okay.
Yes, and I like it.
Oh, I guess so.
Yes.
And so everybody that's invited to go and see you, you're always there from in the morning until about 3 o'clock from Monday to Friday. Yes. So if you're interested in to meet people, Norwegian people at the Norwegian Club, just go there, meet them, and enjoy the life. And can I ask you finally, what did you bring? What brought you down to here, to the Costa, to the Torrevieja or to the Vega Baja area?
It's very easy, because my father and mother moved down here in 1984.
Wow.
They bought an apartment in Playa Flamenca, and my wife and I visited them a lot in that period. And for 12 years ago, we took over the apartment. So I have been a pensionist for 10 years, so I live in the winter time. I live down here, and I like it very much.
Thank you. Okay, thank you very much for being here today. I hope you will have a good few new members now, and you don't go away. There is some more interesting news coming up, and I see you around. As you know, the channel Televisión Vega Baja is a very young TV channel. But just recently we had the official inauguration event on Hotel La Finca in Algorfa, where many people were invited to come, and you will see a few images from the event, which was beautiful. Many people came and we had a good time. It was the official inauguration event of Televisión Vega Baja.